The family was about to say grace before dinner when suddenly the ground began to shake. The father sensed that something was wrong and rushed to the window. What he saw made his blood run cold. A massive horde of vampires was heading straight toward them. He quickly locked all the doors and windows, grabbed his weapon, and prepared to fight. The mother opened the cellar door and hid her daughter inside. Suddenly, the cross protecting the family shattered. The vampire army forced its way in. The mother screamed. The fighting stopped instantly. The little girl covered her mouth, powerless to do anything. But in the end, she was still discovered by the vampires. Paul, a priest and demon hunter, felt that something was terribly wrong. Sheriff John came to deliver the news. Paul's brother and sister-in-law had been murdered, and his niece Lucy had been kidnapped by vampires. A deep rage consumed Paul. He got into his vehicle and drove toward the wastelands, but he didn't go to his brother's house. Instead, he headed for an old prison. After the Great War, the vampires had been buried there, sealed away, and imprisoned. Since then, demon hunters had watched over the place without rest. The continent had known 1,000 years of peace. No one ever imagined the vampires would try to escape again, but they had chosen the wrong man to stand in their way. Paul entered the prison with John, searching for answers, but the vampire queen was nowhere to be found. He was about to capture someone for interrogation when armed mutants suddenly stormed in from outside. They attacked John without warning. John reacted instantly, fighting back and retreating, but when he looked again, the outside was already swarming with enemies. With no other choice, he drew his pistol and fought. Paul appeared at the perfect moment. One of the greatest exorcist priests on the continent. He neutralized 2 mutants with ease. He questioned the last surviving mutant, but the man refused to speak. Paul was about to force him until the man pointed toward the sky, where the sunlight was slowly fading. Paul ignored the warning. The final rays of sunlight vanished. The vampire army was awakening. The vampires, asleep for centuries, began to rise. Paul faced these monsters without fear. He took out his Bible, remained calm, and began to chant an incantation. Silver crosses rose into the air. A feast of blood and violence had officially begun.